Good day and welcome to another webisode of the Commuter Talk Show. I am stuck in some horrific traffic on the 405, to be expected, and I'm on my way to picking up our next guest, actor, writer, filmmaker, Gary Weeks, who made his feature film debut in the movie Major League 3 starring Corbin Burnson, Dennis Haysbert, and Scott Bakula. He played the character of Buzz. Mr. Weeks has also appeared in several episodes of Wicked Wicked Games with the hot Academy Award winner Tatum O'Neal, and he starred in and wrote the film festival darling 29 Reasons to Run. And as soon as I get off this freeway and onto the road where I'm picking him up, we'll meet Gary Weeks. Made it off the freeway, and we're going to be looking for Gary Weeks. That's not him. But we're contending with this. Stuck in some traffic. Come on. We'll get there. Lord have mercy. Here we go. Watch for swinging doors. He should be just up. And there he is. Kicking back, waiting for us. Actor Gary Weeks.
Commuter, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, Gary. All right, I got to tell you to put on your seatbelt.
You got it.
We caught a lot of flack from some Ethan Phillips fans saying that he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. Click it or ticket.
They love him. They love him. You're not gonna have that problem with my fans, but that's totally cool.
That's right.
They're like, actually take his seatbelt off.
So now you live in the Santa Monica area.
Yeah.
How was the traffic getting over to this part of town?
This morning it took me 30 minutes to go about 8 miles. And this is on a non-peak time.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
you can never tell when you're traveling in LA.
Yeah. I have waters packed in the back. You know, I mean, I have the whole thing.
Commuters always got to be ready.
Yeah.
So tell us where you're from and what the major freeway is in that area.
I'm from Georgia, originally South Georgia. The big one in Atlanta is 85. It's horrible. It's honestly, I think, the only highway in the world that is worse than LA at the peak time. So you're just sitting there all day in standstill. A lot of what I've seen you do over the past couple of weeks.
All right, well, so then you can appreciate what we go through over here.
Absolutely.
So you played L.T. Croft on an episode of Hunter. Why don't you tell us what it was like working with Fred Dryer, the ex-former NFL star?
Well, first of all, he's a very big man. He makes me look like a very small man.
You're pretty big yourself there.
I don't know, not compared to old Fred. He's good. He's a really good guy. It was a good thing.
You know, when you were working on Hunter there, what kind of car were you driving at that time?
I was driving a silver Ford ZX2 Escort, which I had up until about a week ago. And the whole reason I got that car, gas mileage.
Now what are you cruising around in?
Now I'm in an Explorer with half the gas mileage.
All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about your feature film, 29 Reasons to Run. Now that film takes place cross-country road trip.
Yeah.
What was that like? What kind of vehicles did you use throughout the shoot of that film? We
actually borrowed my mom's minivan. She drove it out to Georgia. Drove it out to LA so we could turn it around. We took it all the way cross-country. And then we drove in like a 16-passenger production van that held all the equipment. And we rode back to back the whole way.
How many people were in your cast and crew that would travel with you?
7 or 8, depending on the time. Most times 7 or 8. But it was still a pretty cramped crew.
How many, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of miles did you travel during that shoot?
About $3 grand.
Wow.
You know, especially maybe even a little more between the two cars. I know that the gas alone, and when we shot that thing, was not nearly what it is now. Was about 10% of our budget. Just the gas alone.
Well, I can relate to that. I think that's about what I travel and spend in a week.
I know. I've seen it.
Tell us about your next feature that I saw coming up, Stealing Pennies, the post-apocalyptic feature film. Yeah,
we're kind of jumping on a grenade on this one. This is a post-World War III film. We're shooting most of it in Georgia. We shoot a week out here. It's basically about a guy who finds out his wife may still be alive, and he's crossing across these dead lands, what's happened to America, and trying to find her.
So he's commuting to find his missing wife What kind of car is he going to be driving?
Actually, it's funny. There's only 2 cars in the entire film, and he has to walk the whole time. So it's the longest commute probably in one of the histories.
Okay, now let's get back on the star here.
There you go. Where?
I've got to get, and a modest one at that. I've got to get back to work and my commute. So before I dump you off on the side of the road here, is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about that you've got going on?
I just have a couple films. The Pony Show's comedy coming up. You know, we're doing Stealing Pennies, and then we have Knuckle Draggers, another comedy coming up. And
what's Knuckle Draggers?
Knuckle Draggers is it's kind of a swingers type comedy about guys and the way that they still think in this day and age like caveman days. It's a great script by Alex Ramirez. It's a good thing. So look out for that.
All right, we will, and we want to thank you for joining us. And I'm going to find a semi-safe spot up here to drop you off. Maybe right here by this light.
That looks perfect. And we're catching the red. Commuter.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, man. Ride free.
All right.
Ride free, Commuter. Hey, buddy.
And there goes Gary Weeks. Thanks for tuning in to another webisode of the Commuter Talk Show. Another great guest. We want to thank Gary Weeks for stopping by. And tune in next time when we will have another special guest. Thanks for watching. Commuter out.